The Arctic is not a place made for mercy. Here, the wind does not simply blow, it strikes. Snow does not fall, it hunts the earth, burying every trace of warmth beneath its silent weight. Mountains rise like broken teeth against a pale sky, while frozen fjords cut deep scars through the land. In this world, life is not welcomed, it is merely tolerated. And yet, within this frozen expanse, something glows. Through veils of snow and drifting fog, a Viking village slowly emerges, small, dim, but stubbornly alive. Firelight trembles behind thick wooden walls, flickering like a heartbeat beneath layers of ice and darkness. The contrast is brutal, warmth clinging to existence in a land designed to erase it. A wooden palisade surrounds the settlement, its beams crusted with frost and snow, creaking beneath the pressure of endless winter. Icicles hang like blades from every roof edge, glistening faintly in moonlight. The village does not shine proudly, it hides, crouched low against the earth, as if the land itself were trying to shelter it. At the gate stands a lone figure. A Viking warrior in his late 30s, tall and powerfully built, his broad chest rising slowly beneath layers of leather and fur. His pale Nordic skin is weathered by cold and time, faint scars crossing his cheek and brow like silent records of survival. A long, dark blonde beard, braided at the ends, stiffens with ice. Strands of hair whip free from a leather tie as the storm claws at him. His blue-gray eyes are calm, unblinking, scanning the white horizon. In his hand rests a heavy iron battle axe, its wooden handle worn smooth by years of war and labor. He does not raise it, he does not lower it, he simply waits. Beyond the wall, the forest breathes. Dark pines groan beneath snow, their branches sagging under frozen weight. Between their trunks, shadows shift, wolves moving low and silent, eyes glinting like distant sparks in the storm. Their breath rises in pale clouds, merging with drifting snow. Here, predators do not announce themselves. They arrive as part of the cold. Nearby, another figure keeps watch, a Viking hunter, lean and alert, fur and leather hugging his athletic frame. His sharp eyes sweep the tree line, his grip firm on spear and sea-axe knife. Between him and the warrior, no words pass. None are needed. Inside the village, warmth flickers against darkness. A Viking woman moves beside a fire, her ash-blonde hair braided and pulled back, pale skin flushed red by heat and frost alike. Her hands, calloused from labor, bind furs and adjust wooden shutters with practiced efficiency. Each motion is precise, born not of comfort, but necessity. A child watches the flames, small and silent, eyes reflecting the firelight, caught between wonder and fear. Shadows stretch and shrink across the walls, dancing like spirits of the cold kept at bay. In the forge, sparks burst into the night as the blacksmith's hammer meets iron. His broad, soot-darkened arms rise and fall in steady rhythm, shaping not only metal, but survival itself. Every strike echoes through the frozen air like a heartbeat of the village. And moving slowly among them all stands the elder, tall, slightly bent, wrapped in heavy furs. His white-gray beard flows over his chest, his faded blue eyes filled with memory older than the walls themselves. As dawn breaks, the frozen world reveals its cruel clarity. The land stretches endlessly beneath pale winter light, plains buried in snow, fjords locked beneath ice, forests standing dark and silent like sentinels of cold. And yet, within this vast desolation, the Viking village does not merely exist, it resists. Every part of it is shaped by one purpose, to deny the cold its victory. The longhouses are built low and curved, huddled tightly together like animals conserving warmth. Their roofs are layered thick with turf and soil, binding each structure to the earth itself, transforming homes into extensions of the land. Wind slides over them rather than tearing them apart. Snow settles and insulates instead of crushing. Walls are not thin barriers, but dense shields, timber, stone, and packed earth layered with intention. Frost may cling outside, but inside, the wood remains dry, protected. Narrow smoke vents release breath without surrendering heat, allowing fire to live where winter seeks to kill it. Inside one longhouse, the Viking woman presses cloth and resin into a narrow crack between planks. Her movements are calm, deliberate. Even the smallest gap is a doorway for death in this land. She seals it without hesitation, knowing that survival is built not in grand gestures, but in countless small decisions. At the forge, the blacksmith fits iron hinges onto a heavy wooden door. His massive hands tighten bolts, reinforcing a boundary between warmth and the endless cold beyond. The door is not merely wood and iron, it is a promise that winter will not enter unchallenged. From above, the village almost disappears into the landscape. Roofs blend seamlessly into snow and stone, making the settlement nearly invisible from afar. It is not a fortress meant to dominate the land, but a creature meant to hide within it. Yet no wall stands alone. At the forest edge, the hunter kneels beside deep claw marks carved into frozen soil. Wolves move silently between the trees, part of the same ecosystem that threatens and sustains. The Vikings do not seek to erase these creatures, only to live alongside them, always alert, always aware. On the wall, the warrior stands once more, his iron axe resting heavy in his grasp. He watches not with fear, but calculation. The village is not built merely to keep out the cold, but to hold its place in a world where nature itself is both enemy and teacher. Above him, in the watchtower, the elder gazes across the land. He has seen storms erase villages and winters claim the unprepared. And yet, this one remains, not because it is strong alone, but because it understands the rules of this frozen world. As twilight falls, gates are drawn closed. Iron creaks, wooden bars slide into place. Inside the walls, breath is released, not in triumph, but in quiet relief. The Arctic is... Night descends once more, silent and vast. Inside the longhouses, warmth gathers beneath low ceilings. Firelight dances across carved beams and fur-lined walls. Steam rises from wooden bowls, and quiet voices murmur in the glow. There is no celebration, only the calm rhythm of endurance. The warrior sits near the flames, slowly drawing a stone along the edge of his axe. Metal whispers softly. Sparks flicker and vanish. He sharpens not only a weapon, but certainty that when the frozen world demands its price, he will be ready. Nearby, the hunter adjusts the strap of his spear, eyes drifting occasionally toward the doorway. Even in warmth, vigilance does not sleep here. Outside, the snow falls gently now, disguising danger beneath its beauty. Across the frozen plain, wolves move beneath moonlight, fur silvered by frost, breath clouding the air. They stop at the forest edge, gazing toward the village lights. For a moment, the world holds its breath. The warrior steps onto the wall once more, his wolf fur cloak shifting in the wind. His stance is firm, his gaze unwavering, not in challenge, but in readiness. Below him, the elder stands silently, staff resting against stone, eyes calm and steady, as if whispering across time itself, "Endure." And the moment passes. The wolves turn away, dissolving back into snow and shadow, returning to the wilderness that shaped them. The village remains, untouched, breathing quietly beneath the stars. Inside, the Viking woman exhales softly, tension leaving her shoulders. The child's eyes shine with reflected firelight, curiosity returning where fear once lingered. Snow continues to fall, gentle and silent. Torches flicker, not in defiance now, but in peace. As dawn breaks, pale golden light spills across the village. Smoke rises straight into a clear sky. The storm is gone. The cold remains, but calm returns. Villagers step outside once more, gathering wood, carrying tools, preparing for another cycle of survival. The child runs across the snow, laughter carried faintly through the frozen air. From above, the village reveals itself fully, longhouses resting low against the earth, framed by forest and mountain, blending seamlessly into the land that once sought to erase it. The Arctic has not been defeated. It has been endured. And in that endurance, the Vikings have built more than shelter. They have built a way of life, where fire does not conquer frost through force, but through wisdom.